The Palmerston Volunteer Fire Brigade provides a life-saving service, and it's all thanks to volunteers. To tell us about it, here is the Palmerston Volunteer Fire Brigade representing the Waihemo area of the Waitaki district.
Ladies and gentlemen, judges, for the worst of reasons, we have been concentrating of late on the best of people. At the service held yesterday in Christchurch and acknowledged in many places throughout New Zealand, a future king said something that is undoubtedly true: grief is the price we pay for love. What is also true is that love is the gift that can keep grief at bay. That has happened and been recognised at a time when a city in this country has been ravaged, as have cities throughout the world, in their case by war, in our case by quake. The only difference being that a war zone is an act of human will, a quake zone is an act of natural whim. In each case, emergency services do what they must do because they love their community and each other and have a desire to actually prevent people enduring and experiencing the grief of suffering and the suffering of grief. But it is not just in hard times and in harsh times that brave people do good things. They are also doing good things each day, every day, when the community is calm and tranquility has prevailed. It's not just notes that fall off lecterns. It's not just in bad times that good people act. It is not just when a whole community is threatened, but when one person or one family or one home is. The only representatives of New Zealand's emergency services who work throughout this country 24/7 are the PVFB, the Palmerston Volunteer Fire Brigade. Originally formed in the 19th century, they faded. They were revived in 1946 when the chief fire officer was but a lad, and they have been a wet blanket ever since, and a very welcome wet blanket in Palmerston at that. So would you please welcome CFO Jeff Davis and firefighter Andrew Robinson.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, audience. This is our story. I joined the Fire Brigade 35 years ago. I was asked by one of the local business people to come and join the brigade because I worked in the town, and yeah, 36 years later I'm still here. I started off as a rural recruit, and yes, and 3 years ago I took on the position as fire chief. We joined the brigade so we can go and help someone else in a time of need. And in a small community, we've all got to rally together and coordinate and put things together and work together as a small community and look after ourselves. Great bunch of guys here. There's 21 of us, and yeah, the support and understanding of each other at no matter what the incident might be, whether it's a house fire, a motor vehicle accident, or it's rescuing animals, or whatever the case might be, even assisting the police. We all know each other's, what they can do, and we all work together. So the guy that's standing behind you, you know damn well he knows just as much as what you do yourself. So yeah, no, we're not volunteers, we're full-timers. We're full-timers because we're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, no, the calls can be any time of the day or night, and sometimes, yes, that's a bit of a hassle because you're sitting down for a lovely Christmas dinner or something of that nature, and your pager and siren sounds, so you get up and you leave the family and all that sort of stuff, and you head away to an incident. Now you could be away for half an hour, but you could be away for a whole day. So the support that we get from our families is absolutely brilliant, and if we didn't get the support from our families and friends, it would just make the task that much more difficult. But also our employers, you know, our wages still tick on. So if we're away for half a day, right. I started off as a Royal recruit and come right through the ranks, and now the current chief. And our training, it consists of every Wednesday night from 7:30 till 9, and that's every week. And then once a month we have a monthly meeting, which just covers all the business aspects that need to be attended to for running any fire brigade. We also have other training involved weekend, where we could be away for a whole weekend doing a motor vehicle training weekend, or breathing apparatus, pump rescue, operating pumps, all that sort of stuff. So there's a whole series of things. So we do a lot of our basic stuff on a Wednesday night here during the week, but if there's any more intensive training required, well, that's normally done over weekends. And if you want to go into the officership and further up, well, it's actually a week's course elsewhere around the country. So the commitment that is made by the volunteers is pretty good. Oh yes, the personal development that we've all got right throughout the whole brigade is very good. Their own, me as chief, what I have noticed when we take on new recruits, to see them personally develop in their own well-being, and going from a sort of like a shy little country lad, so to speak, to a recruit and fireman who is more than capable of doing anything at all, no matter what's fired at them. To see that personal development grow has been a real personal satisfaction as far as I'm concerned. You've got to have a sense of humour, whether it's this role or no matter what role you're doing. And even though some of the incidents that we attend to can be quite horrific, at the end of the day there are some little humorous things that do occur. So you've still got to hold and have that sense of humour, otherwise it'll do your head in, because there are some humorous things that happen out there. But unfortunately there are some real sad things as well, and we're able to deal with all those in a professional manner, even though we are very much volunteers.
A lot of the time there, if the fire siren goes during the day, there's only 3 of us in the business, and 3 of us are in the fire brigade, so work stops until such time as we get things sorted out and able to get back to work again. Yeah, a lot of times we can go for weeks and not get a fire call, but then one day, I know not so long ago, we had 3 calls in one day. Well, that was sort of really no sooner get back to work and away again. Well, I sort of thought that it's a good way of putting something back into the community. Plus, my father was in the brigade before me, so you know, I've done 33 years, and helping somebody that's in need, that's probably one of the main things.
Oh yeah, you feel, when you come home after a call out, you feel, you know, quite proud about what you've done, and yeah, it's just helping people out. You know, one day you're going to have to get their help, come and help you. Yeah.
I've always found that without the firemen we can't do our job, especially in the rural areas, because in this area and other smaller areas there's no ambulance, and so of course they get the first call out, and I might not get a phone call from St John's control room for 7 or 10 minutes later sometimes. So the guys always arrive there first, which is quite tough for them, and it's a big call. And I get there and hey man, they've got neck braces on, they've got things stable, they've stopped any bleeding, they've checked everyone out, they can come up and see me and give me an accurate report on how many patients there are, who's trapped, who might need this, who might need that, this is the worst one. And they're absolutely excellent, and I get paid but they don't. We couldn't do our job properly without the guys there to help.
And that was our story. Thank you very much.